Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of 3 Kaldheim draft. Rare is Pathway that we won't take. Clarion Spirits, a cool card. I don't know how... I mean, it's a 2-drop, spits out spirits if you play 2 spells each turn. That's pretty good. Otherwise, there's Blizzard Brawl, which is removal, and Feed the Serpent. So there's a couple removal spells we could take here. Or we can just go over the Clarion Spirit and make some sort of spit spirits out deck. I mean, I guess black-white is the best home for that archetype, and you get a bunch of, like, cheap Foretell and effigies and stuff. I mean, it's more interesting than a Blizzard Brawl. Blizzard Brawl might just be better, and I think Blizzard Brawl is probably better than Feed the Serpent, just because it's way cheaper. But Feed the Serpent also exiles. I don't know. I'm interested in Clarion Spirit. All right. Great follow-up would be the Berserker. They certainly wouldn't be in the same deck. In white, we have the Oracle and the Valkyrie. But Berserker has been pretty nuts for me. And like I said, it wants to desperately be in the same deck as this Clarion Spirit. So we'll see if we can make that work. Hopefully wheel the Oracle. I mean, Berserker shouldn't wheel, but Oracle could wheel. And Valkyrie probably won't wheel either, but Warhorn Blast I feel like almost assuredly wheels, and that's actually good with Clarion Spirit. So let's get the Berserker now. And then what? So we've got in black and white, we have God's Hall Guardian, which has the Foretell. Not much here for us, to be honest. Could take the Raise the Draugr, get a couple cards back, decent value. We don't have any similarity there. We could take the Sulphurous Mire. There is snow stuff in black, but I feel like that's not really what we're going to be targeting. Dogged Pursuit's a fun card, although I don't really feel like it fits into what we're doing here, unless I can just clog up the board and win off of Dogged Pursuit. It's either that or Raise the Draugr, though, I feel like, for us, if we want to stick to this plan. There's nothing in this pack otherwise that's, like, screaming out to me. You know what? I'm still thinking Dogged Pursuit's a cute card. I want to see how cute it is. All right, Shieldmate's a good card. 2 bodies in 1. This is the kind of card we want if we're going to muck up the board long enough to win off of Dogged Pursuit. I don't really like Way Down very much. I don't think it's a very good card. It's playable, it's just not very good. And Shieldmate's actually very good. I like it. Like I said, 2 bodies in 1. People certainly don't feel good about trading with it. So I like taking that. Here we can take... Well, I've got some choices. Can take another 2-drop. Can take a Story Seeker. This is better if we get any equipment, because then it just makes more bodies. This has lifelink. They're both okay. I feel like the potential upside of Berserker is possibly better than Story Seeker. Vega is maybe the most exciting card here, although do I want to splash for it with... Just because I feel like Foretell... Honestly, I might be willing to give these 2 up for Vega, just because I'm willing to splash for it, and Foretell is like basically how you go off with these cast 2 things. So let's get Vega. Kind of makes sense to me. So we can take the Oracle now. It gives us synergy, but I'd rather have the Jarl if I'm going to take a Foretell card, because Jarl is pretty awesome. Especially with like little spirits and 1/1s. Yeah, Jarl's going to be great here. There's Fall of the Imposter, which is a card I kind of like, actually. Buff a couple times and kill their biggest thing. Return Upon the Tide. If we had elves, it would probably be good. But we don't, and we don't have changelings. So I guess we take Jarl. So Effigy definitely wants to be in this deck. This is kind of a cool card, too. But I think we're looking at Effigy here, especially with Vega, if we're going to still ideally make that work. But it also just is exactly what you want to be doing for Clarion Spirit, Blood Sky Berserker shenanigans. So we'll take it. Another Vega. Well, I want to. I guess I'm not giving up much for it. A pick, which is not bad, actually. But I'll take another Vega, and we're just going to hold out hope we can somehow make it work. Can take the Snow Swamp here. Otherwise, we can take a Faithful or a Draugr, neither of which we really need. And we can take a Pick. I guess Pick does let us splash for Vega, so yeah, that's probably a good enough reason to do it. All right, I'll take the Oracle here. So we didn't actually, or maybe we take the Skull Raid. Actually, I kind of like Skull Raid more. I like that this can be a divination. I like that it foretells. It's pretty cool with Vega. I mean, this foretells too, but... And it's got the cast a second spell synergy, but I don't know. I've just found Skull Raid to be really good, actually. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but I like it. I like it. Don't need any of this. We'll take the worst card, which is probably the Roots of Wisdom, maybe. So we ended up down a bit of a weird path here. Grim Drauggr's playable, not really what we're looking for. We'll take the worst card. I guess we can take the Harbinger, actually, in case we have to fall into something else. Revitalize. Revitalize is actually something you want to do. Surprisingly, you know, I was wondering where Revitalize fits, but this is actually the deck for Revitalize, so that's cool. Tundra Fumarole in here is a champion. Probably the Infernal Pet is what we're looking for. It's what this deck wants to do. It's part of the plan, so I don't really want the Grim Draugr. And I don't really want the Harbinger. Let's see if we can make this plan come together. Vega's going to need some help. We're going to need some... I guess I could have been taking Replicating Ring, but that's not a very lovely way to splash for Vega, in my mind. I'd rather do it off Snowlands or... yeah, something along those lines. Well, another Clarion Spirit's kind of a gift. It's exactly what our deck wants to do. Would be nice to wheel the Great Hall. We're in those colors. Jarl would be a fine wheel. It'd actually be a really good wheel, but we'll see if that happens. The Clarion Spirit for now, though, is very good. We actually didn't get that Warhorn back. How weird is that? I just realized that. We didn't get the Foretell Warhorn back. That's odd. So choices here, we can take Feed the Serpent, but I think we're actually going to take the Glacial Floodplain to splash for this Vega. I really want to do this, especially since we've already got 3... thought we had more than that. We only have 3 Foretell currently, but it really is going to put this deck to fully form this deck together. I mean, I'm giving up good removal for it, but I'm okay with that. I want to try and make Vega work. So we've got Pick and Floodplain to splash for Vega currently. Be nice to get a couple more resources to help with that. Remember that also there's the black-white common Snowlands, so that's another way to do it too. Okay, so we can take another Pick. We can take the Ruined Crown. There's Wither Crown, which I don't like that much, or we can just take Revitalize. Revitalize might actually make sense. It's another cantrip thing to get value off of like Clarion Spirit and Bloodsky Berserker and Infernal Pet. There's also Warhorn Blast, though, which has Foretell. Actually, maybe Blast makes more sense with double Clarion Spirit, especially since we didn't wheel it last time. There's Rune Crown, which would be quite good if we actually had a rune, but there's no guarantees there. So really, it's like Blast versus Revitalize, and I guess we actually take the Blast because I think Revitalize wheels anyway. Let's see. Here we've got another Blast. Well, all right. I guess so. Okay, we can take Verdict. We can take Revitalize. Probably take the Verdict. Doesn't exactly... The problem is it doesn't really do what you want to do for this kind of deck, but we probably need a little bit of protection. I mean, it still works with Vega, so that's good enough. And, yeah, I think there's a good chance we wheel Revitalizes. Who's interested in Revitalize in this format? We've got to be the only archetype that cares. Village Rites, on the other hand, is a fantastically strong card for us. That's good. spit out spirits, can blow them up. Good response to removal. Can take a raptor. It's a cheap, evasive beater. Guess it wears a pick. Otherwise, recruiter. I wonder if this is a recruiter deck to help get back like our stuff that they kill. It's so clunky though. Guess we take the raptor. It's also a cheap second spell to be able to play in a turn. We can take the faithful. We don't really have graveyard value stuff, do we? I don't think that we do. Otherwise, Goldmaw Champion can tap stuff. This has lifelink though. I don't know if that's relevant. Guess we can take the champion. I don't know. I don't really want either. Can take the Courser, but we got the Jarl back, which is, like I said, such a gift. It's a great card. Kind of exactly what we want to do in this deck. We can do Valor of the Worthy here. Is there a reason I want to enchant something? Not particularly, other than the fact that it's cheap and makes a little angel. So I'd probably just take the Raptor. It's another, like I said, just a cheap spell. Got the Revitalize back as expected. Don't need any of these. Take the worst of those cards. Don't need any of these. We'll take the worst. And last pick, Kinseeker. All right. Another Berserker is good. Kind of exactly what we're looking for. Maybe I'll take a way down if it wheels. Otherwise, I don't really care so much about anything else in here. Vega, unfortunately, might not work out, but we'll see. I don't think the champion's really what we need. And honestly, as much as I'm still interested in running Dogged Pursuit, I don't know if it's going to work out. We'll see. So we can take Bound in Gold. We can take the Snowland, but we don't need snow. We can take this. It's not that good on the splash. Other than being good with Vega. I mean, it is good with Vega, but... Berserker, we basically just have a pick. That's not true. We have the 2 Warhorn Blasts, too. Yeah, Berserker might just be better than Story Seeker. Or we just take a Bound in Gold because it's removal. I guess we can take that. Alright, Pretender. What do we even have for Pretender? We've got 4 spirits, 3 humans, 4 birds. Probably not good enough. Can take the Shieldmate. I mean, Shieldmate's just solid, especially with Warhorn Blast in here. Or we can take the Rune of Mortality. It's good on the pick. Yeah, I mean, we can take the Rune. We don't have anything else that's good with, though. Is that right? And we didn't get that Runed Crown. And I suppose we do need some more creatures. This cantrips, though, which is kind of cool. But if I'm not putting it on a pick, I'm giving one of my 1/1s a Death Touch thing. I don't know. I'm going to take the Shieldmate just better with the blasts, I think. I could go either way on that, though. We'll take another pet here pretty easily. It's just kind of exactly what we want to do. And at this point, I don't know if Vega's going to work out. I wonder if I missed a land somewhere. I don't think I did. Maybe I did, though. Well, Berserker number 3. I mean, at this point, Vega's just completely unnecessary. We've got the goods here. This deck looks good. I guess we can take Codespell Cleric. I mean, I don't like the card, but this is probably one deck where you can play it. We're almost looking like 16 lands at this point, too. But I wonder if that's greedy. So we can take Invoke. It's at least a good sideboard card, of which I really haven't been picking much for sideboard, have I? Or a Longboat, which is another cheap thing you can activate, but I'm going to take Invoke for sideboard. So, yet another Shieldmate. I mean, at this point, I actually, believe it or not, think Dogged Pursuit is good in here, because we've got all of these, like, evasive things, and, like, blockers, and life gain, and probably don't even need the pick now, because our deck is so kind of streamlined plan with Berserkers and pets and Clarion Spirits. I guess we can take the longboat. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Not going to sideboard into it either. We'll take the Morit, just get an uncommon, random uncommon. None of this is on color. I guess we'll take the Augur. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We can take another Invoke, or we can take Recruiter. We have enough creatures. Probably another Invoke, just for random shenanigans. None of these cards matter. Guess a Dread Rider, maybe. And a Pup, maybe. So, we got a cool deck, actually. We do have a cool deck. I like it. And we got all the pieces for it, too. 2 Clarion Spirit, 3 Berserker, 2 Pet. So, I mean, we got all the synergy pieces we need. I think we will... I do feel as though we're probably going to do 17 lands. The problem is you have to play 2 spells in 1 turn. So, you either have to have a deck that's super cheap, which our deck isn't very expensive at all. But you also have to have a deck that can play 2 spells in 1 turn. So, that's part of the issue. I need to make 2 cuts. I'm actually kind of shocked how low our curve is. Maybe we can play 16, in which case I only have to make 1 cut, and it could be a creature if I wanted to, or it could be the Dogged Pursuit. I really don't want to cut the Pursuit, but it's just because these spirits... But, I mean, I suppose if I lower my curve down to essentially 3, I probably can cut Pursuit and run 16 lands much easier. It's probably true. If I didn't want to cut Pursuit, what would I cut instead? Probably like a Shieldmate. Shieldmate's good in here, though, with double Jarl, with Village Rights. It's got good utility. Chump block, trade, early. All right, we'll cut the Pursuit. And probably just go 8/8. 14/9 is our color, but I don't want to do an extra mana, so it's a cool deck. I'm kind of happy with how well it came together here. It's like 2-drop dot deck. Well, all right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1, play first. It's a keep. So, question is, we probably wait till turn 4 to play the Berserker? That's my thinking. You got to be real calculated with these decks, I tell you. These cast 2 spells a turn decks, you got to really map it all out. So I think we just foretell here. All right. Sure. 3-color aggro, huh? I like it. I like the style. So we'll go Berserker, Shieldmate. All right. Attack with everything. Smart. So we, I guess, still do this because they have to re-equip the helmet, even though we still take the same amount of damage as if we'd blocked the other thing. So I can play Warhorn Blast and get in for 3 and make a spirit. I don't love it, to be honest, but I suppose so. Well, Jarl is, in fact, a card. I guess. Yeah, we'll make him re-equip again, I guess. So I think we might dump the Warhorn Blast and probably bring in some more creatures would be my guess. If I have more creatures. They're like X1 deck too. Guess they do have a Mistwalker in there. We have Invoke. So we can blow up Pillar. Gaining life against our opponent seems pretty good. So we can bring in Invoke. Have to kill this to not die. Definitely dumping the Warhorn Blast, though. They're not going to be good against the aggro deck. I definitely wish I'd picked up Raise the Draugr in hindsight, now that I know what... Oh, well, the Battlefield Raptors are going to be good. That's good to know. So let's dump the Blasts. Let's bring in the Invokes. I guess I could bring them both in. We only saw 2 targets, though. Oh, no, bind 2. Okay. All right, maybe we bring them in. I mean, life gain's good against our opponent. Otherwise... Goldmaw Champion kind of blocks everything they have. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. And, yeah, we probably dump the Bounding Gold. I'm not going to do that on 2 1s. So let's bring that into 2 Invokes. See how that works. Okay. Play first. Yeah, I guess we keep. I mean, I don't love this hand, but we can do turn 4 Clarion Spirit with Revitalize. Well, that works too, I guess. But I think we hold off one more turn here. Well, that's cool. So, suppose we do Spirit plus Berserker. Would I rather have the 1/1 or the 3/3? Guess I'd rather have the 3/3. No, the 1/1 for the village rights. 3/3 doesn't die to Frostbite, but they can Frostbite the Spirit. I feel like getting the extra body is better. Only because my opponent's like X1.deck, so I feel like this has a higher probability of working out. Plus, then next turn I can at least go Revitalize Village Rights if either of my Spirit or my Berserkers survive. And maybe they just do reinforcements here, who knows. Oh, great. Pillar. Pillar is the least of my concerns, so let's go Revitalize. Actually, it's kind of cool. Yeah, we can go Revitalize first here. That's cool. Let's do land. I'm actually going to do Village Rights. They're going to be able to tap our dude, but this is way better. Better that than, whatever. You get it. Oh, Code Spell Cleric too, huh? Well, let's do Skull Raid Foretell. That way next turn I can go... Next turn I can go Skull Raid Cleric. Pump again. That's cool. Well, let's go. And can do Spirit plus Skull Raid. Yeah, we probably do. All right. Can't do anything about that. And make you discard your hand here, and they're tapped out, so that's pretty good. And we can get in for 5. And we got rid of, I guess, just a couple lands, but that's okay. Yeah, I guess we can foretell that. Sure. So now we can go Shieldmate. And Cleric. And yeah, that's fine. We can buff the probably the Spirit. but I was thinking Clarion Spirit. They have 3 snowlands, so maybe just one of our tokens. Well, I took the Warhorn Blasts out, which would actually be good here. But I guess Invoke would actually be good too, so it's okay. This is kind of what I was talking about with Iron Verdict, though. I guess I should have left the Blast and dumped the Verdict, because Verdict certainly not an optimal card here by any stretch. Alright, so we can go Raptor and Shieldmate. Yeah, man. Warhorn Blast here would have been pretty amazing. Get our whole board. That's too bad. Well, does it exile him too? Wow. So it even turns off our Shieldmates? That's funny. It's actually really funny. Gonna hold off on the pet. Alright, so gotta blow up that elixir. I can blow up the Icebind Pillar, and then they have to deal with an 11/11. But I think the elixir is how we lose, so I'm gonna blow that up. And I suppose I do it on their turn, because it's instep. Yeah. No, stop that combat here. Alright, let's invoke elixir now. So they won't draw cards every turn. I feel like we need to do that. Well, that's cool. Ooh, that's a good one. That's funny. Because I feel like they're going to get really punished here now. Wow. Yeah, they're going to get really punished. Surprised they took 13 there. All right, let's see it for round 2. So it occurred to me in round 2 what I should have done, or round 1 rather. Now is round 2. This hand is terrible. I'm going to mulligan it. What I should have done was Iron Verdict. Well, no, I think that was the right way to do it. So I should have invoked their Icebind Pillar, and then waited on my turn to Iron Verdict, so then I could have gotten the 2 spells to get the Bloodsky Berserker. You guys get it. I'm sure you're all commenting. Why did I just mulligan again? Well, I mulliganed again and somehow ended up with a hand that I kind of like better anyway, so I guess it's okay. You know what hurts mulls to 5? Elderfang Disciple. Guess we hold off. We do Pet next turn and then maybe rip a land to go Berserker Shieldmate. There's a chance. Firewalker's a good one. So I guess we'll go Pet here. I guess we'll take it. Oh, that's too bad for us. So I guess we'll dump this. Didn't get the land, unfortunately. So where does that leave me? In a pickle. Leaves me in a pickle. So we'll block Firewalker. So they didn't have anything. I guess they fooled me. Broken Bow. Arnie, huh? It's a good one. Didn't get the second land, unfortunately. So I guess we revitalize. Try and find a land. Oh, Code Spell Cleric works, I guess. And we can just buff the flyer. So we'll block Arnie with these 2. Sure. So now we just go Berserker, Berserker. Yeah, this is fine. So kind of a tough spot here. They're gonna do 3 a turn, and I have to rip 2 spells consecutively. All right. Well, step 1 was a fail. Could have attacked with the Spirit, but tough spot here. So I can double block it. I probably just shouldn't take 3 a turn. I guess we'll double block. If I'd ripped a spell there, I would have kept, but This is tough too, because part of me wants to go to 15 lands, but I really have the feeling we're going to get immediately punished for that. I just have this gut feeling. I'm going to go to 15 and get mana screwed. But I guess we have gotten flooded every single game, so I suppose we do it. All right, we'll go to 15. I guess I could be attacking with the spirit, but maybe I block this turn. I don't know. Take one more. All right, I'll go to 15. I got it, deck. I get it. I get what you're doing. I understand. We'll go to 15, all right? It's really unfortunate that Elderfang Disciple is actually unbelievably strong against us because we require cards in hand. It didn't even work the way they thought it would. That's too bad. All right, we'll go to 1 and immediately die next turn. All right, draw another land. All right. I got it. Deck. We'll go to 15. I get it. Get what you're trying to tell me. Understood. Got it. We'll go to 15 and immediately get mana screwed for the rest of the games here. I got it. All right. Let's put in champion, I guess. And we'll cut a black, I guess. All right. Play first. Keep. We'll discard a plains off their first Skull Fang. Code Spell Cleric. Well, I can wait a turn on that, I guess. Go champion Code Spell next turn. Is that what I want to do? Not really. I'm just going to attack. I'm going to get bodies on board. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked there. So we'll go Effigy and Cleric. And I guess we'll buff this one. And I'll get in for 2. We'll discard this. So we can do this, and this, and pass. I'll take it. Attack. I think we're still short of. I think we're still short of lethal, believe it or not. Even with Warhorn Blast. Sure. At least Feed the Serpent's not a particularly good card against us. That's nice. So we've had back-to-back opponents with Crush the Weak as well. Oops. No draw step. That's cool. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I guess we play this. No, turn off draw step. It's all good. There we go. Actually going to take 2 here. I want to be able to cast 2 spells in 1 turn. Well, that'll do it. Oh, they can't cast that, so that's good. Do this. Warhorn Blast. Well, I guess they will be able to cast it, huh? Yeah. All right. We'll see for round 3. All right. So in between rounds, we'll go down to 15 lands and I guess add the champion. All right. See you for round 3. All right. Round 3 is a keep. I think we go. Plan is turn 3 Infernal Pet, turn 4 Berserker. Well, now we do turn 2 Berserker, turn 3 Pet, turn 4 Berserker, Shieldmate. So I think we'll do Revitalize. And then we'll go Shieldmate. And we can attack with both here. Sure. So we'll go Berserker, Shieldmate. And we'll get in for 9. All right, so block somewhere and somewhere else. Go to game 2. All right, so they showed us a In Search of Greatness and a Funeral Longboat, which are both targets for an Invoke, but I don't like the Invoke plan more than the Warhorn Blast plan for this matchup. So we'll probably just stick with the Warhorn Blast plan and run her back. Yeah, I guess it's a keep. Turn 2, Foretell the Jarl. Turn 3, Pet. Turn 4, maybe Jarl plus something and pump this. Kind of looks like a rat to me. I don't know why. Guess it's an imp, but for some reason it looks like a rat. All right, we're going to take 4 here. That's cool. Let's go. I'm actually going to go Raptor here. And attack with the Pet. And my plan is to block the Raptor on the Oracle. And then Jarl and kill it. So I'm missing out on an Infernal Pet pump, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'd rather just get the Oracle off the board. Well, there's one nice thing to having too many lands. Happy to get rid of them to an Elderfang Disciple, so. So we deal our first strike damage. And then we play Jarl. And we kill it. We untap. And Shieldmate, Shieldmate. We get in. They can double block the Jarl, but then our Warhorn Blast is going to be a lot sexier the next turn. All right. So ended up going 1-2. I actually do think this archetype is pretty sweet. I definitely made a couple mistakes there. But and I mean, we had some hard matchups too. The Crush the Weak crushes the plans pretty hard too. But I definitely want to re-explore this archetype. I think it's good. I didn't optimize it. I think I get the general idea, but I definitely didn't optimize it. If I could go back, I'd take the Raise the Draugr pick. But it's a cool deck. I'm going to stick with trying the archetype out. Sadly, this is probably... I feel like it's hard to get a better version of the archetype than this. Like, this I mean, how often are you going to get 3 of these? How often are you going to get 5 of the uncommons that work for this archetype? So that's the only thing that's really disappointing. It's not even the sloppy plays I made. It's going to be really hard to get a version of this deck, I think, more streamlined than this. But I'll hold out hope that it happens. I mean, we've got well over 100 drafts coming, I'm sure. So, all right, we'll see you for the next one.